Wolverines! What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. I'm your host, the average back and bicep day enjoyer that your mom said that we have at home. Thanks for watching. Okay, so plan for today is simple. We're going to get in there. It's going to be 1 hour, same as always, moderate walking. Might start adding a little bit of incline to get some additional calorie burn. We'll see, but probably 3.7 or so speed on the regular treadmill. So 3.7, 1 hour, easy. I use that time to splice this initial part into the video, and then after that, back and biceps. What to expect from back and biceps. So we are, I think, nearing 20 days or so. I don't know exactly, but we are definitely nearing the 20-day mark of being in the cut, being in a caloric deficit. So why does that matter? Well, the weight is not going to be as heavy as I would like it to be due to risk of injury, due to lack of carbohydrate being stored in my body. So that's just going to be part of this process. Is like, yeah, I'm going to look a little bit flatter. Muscles aren't going to be popping like they would be on a bulk. So yeah, I think the plan, we'll see what's open once we get in there, but the plan for me, I'm thinking cable pull downs for sure. I think I want to do 5 or so sets on the same spot on the cable pull down, and then I want to move to the hammer strength row, knock out whatever it feels like. I'll go off feel. I do want to keep in mind biceps. I don't want to put my biceps in a compromised position unnecessarily. So go in there, hour cardio, 3.7 miles per hour. After that, cable pull downs, use some wrist straps to better isolate my lats and my back, and then move over to hammer strength rows. I would say that is going to be the most intense part of the day, is going to be putting some weight on there. Again, still focusing on going to failure, getting as close to failure as physically possible without risking injury. That is going to be the priority of the day. So 8 to 12 reps, close to failure. Once you get close to failure, okay, give it 45-ish seconds roughly, and get right back on. If we need to reduce the weight, we'll reduce the weight. Whatever the weight on the bar really is insignificant today or for the next 30 to 45 days, as long as it takes for this cut process to happen. The weight on the bar does not matter. What does matter, 8 to 12 reps, high intensity, full range of motion, safe movements, as safe as possible, trying to make sure longevity is kept in mind and stuff like that, etc. Right? So what is this, day 3 of uploading the workouts for the year, I believe, for the Rifleman Fitness Challenge. So yeah, hopefully you guys aren't skipping your cardio. Hopefully you're not being lazy, undisciplined. Hopefully you are getting up, getting out there, getting to your gym, doing what you're supposed to do, not just sitting by and talking about it. Hopefully you're not sitting on the couch right now and talking about some gun product gear review, and you're not actually out here getting physically fit so you can use the stuff, right? Now, if you've already been to the gym today, good. Hopefully you're getting your proteins in. I'm about to slam this Fairlife 42 gram drink, because it is basically, it's a high protein, low carb, almost non-existent fat, I believe 2 grams of sugar protein meal replacement, and it is a game changer. A lot of you guys are probably not getting your protein intake that you think you're getting, unless you're tracking and making sure. Again, general rule of thumb, you want 1 gram of protein for every pound of muscle in your body. So if you're 170 pounds, you need 170 grams of protein to sustain your current figure of muscle. Now, that is where eating in a caloric deficit and working the muscle heavily, you know, the way I just explained, that is where that fat loss process is going to begin. And yes, you're going to lose, you're going to lose 1 to 2 pounds of muscle, but that's how the process works. Okay. That's just, you gotta trust the results will happen over time. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be a long journey, but the fruits of your labor will definitely be worth it compared to the guy that's just bought a Springfield Prodigy and is about to talk about why it's the best thing ever, and that guy is morbidly obese. Okay, so we're going to get in there, not delay any longer, and begin our hour of cardio and hopefully a rather intense lift. So, all right, we will see you guys after cardio. Super set. One, two, three, four, Whew. Right. Hey. Ah. God. Okay. Woo. Oh my goodness. That's it. Bicep day complete. 1 hour of cardio complete. I would say definitely not where I want to be, obviously. I mean, 2.5 weeks into a cut. To quote Sam Sulik, fat and flat is how I feel. But as the pounds begin to slowly shed off and as the muscle, begins to become more defined, more cut, more, riveted. I don't know. You guys get what I'm saying. So, yep, back biceps complete. Plan for the rest of the day, probably 15 more minutes of cardio and just light cardio, just to get a little bit farther into the deficit. I'm thinking about leaning more heavily on protein, a little less on carbs for the next, I'd say 7 days. Probably get pretty serious with the plan, the dietary restriction, right? I've been supplementing a little bit here and there with just a Chipotle tortilla and like triple steak with nothing else, right? But even that, I don't trust what they're doing with the steak. I don't trust that there's not going to be any sort of hidden seasoning, fats. I don't know what kind of sauce, or what they're using to grill it. So I am going to even restrict further. Even though I've been in a caloric deficit this entire time, I'm going to restrict it a little bit tighter. And I'm thinking about I'm thinking 4 either whey protein or Fairlife shakes a day, and then 1 or so meals near the end of the day to get that full carved up, satiated feeling at the end of the day to prepare my body for the next day's activity. Hope that makes sense. So it's going to be a little bit wild. As far as fatigue has definitely been a factor, especially, I wouldn't say today because I think I timed the caffeine right for the actual lifting portion, but I definitely feel myself like yawning, tired, like the editing process and just getting the content up is definitely going to be the hardest part of this, not the actual lifting. So you're welcome for the one dude that sees this, I guess, but it's not for you. It's not for you, it's for me. This is an accountability thing. This is a way of life now, and it's just going to be, like I said before, this is the new way that I will be handling business. And business is right now cutting about 10-ish pounds off my frame, hopefully majority of that being fat and not muscle, and then getting into a cut, into a maintenance, and then into a steady bulk, and put 15 or 20 pounds back on during the bulk over a steady period of time. I'm thinking this one. I'm thinking maybe a bulk of about 45 days, and then after the bulk is complete, it will just be rinse and repeat. So the discipline part is not what I'm worried about. It's actually, I'm not worried at all, to be quite honest. I'm not worried. It's just the overall daunting reality of the process. Not the lifting, not the walking or the cardio, just the overall process of the monotony is going to be the fun part of this, where it's going to be a discipline reality check for myself, and hopefully for some of you guys that are making the excuse that I can't, Trench, I can't. I have kids. I have a job. I am whatever. All the excuses. This is going to be the true test. Okay, I'm going to get some freaking protein, and then I'm going to probably get a nap in before finishing a little bit of cardio later today. Probably just 15 minutes or so. But all right, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow for leg day. Yeah, I'm thinking a quad, I want to squat tomorrow. I want to squat full range of motion for sure, obviously, it goes without saying. And I want to find muscle failure squatting. A combination of squatting and leg extension, of course, because that's the pinnacle of a leg day, to be honest. But okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Wolverines!